Hello friends. So if you are working as a Scrum Master in Agile environment, you often need to do capacity planning for your Scrum team. So in this video, I will tell you how you can do effective capacity planning in an Excel format. But before that, if you are not aware about what is capacity planning, so let me take you a simple example. Let's say you have in your Scrum team and you have a 10-day sprint, and you have let's say there are 3 team members in your sprint in your Scrum team, and you want to do a capacity planning for this particular team. So let's say you are planning for a 10 days sprint, and for each 8 hours working day there will be total 80 hours for 10 days. And let's say if employee 1 has applied for 2 days leave, so basically in capacity planning what we do, we exactly exclude employees leave hours and any scrum cap ceremony hours, and then what is the available capacity what we have at the end. That is called your capacity planning. This is the sheet which I have prepared to do the effective capacity planning, and this is a completely automated sheet. So here we have 5 sheets in it. First is main sheet, which is where we can where you need to select your Scrum team, and you need to select your the sprint for particular sprint for which you are doing the capacity planning. In second sheet, which is available capacity, this sheet will show you basically what is the available capacity after excluding employees leave hours, their ceremony hours, or if there is any official holiday. This sheet will also exclude those particular hours in order to calculate the total available capacity. And in third sheet, this is basically is the basic background sheet. Here you can define your Scrum team. So in column C there are you can plot your employee name. Column D is basically their role, and column E is basically from which Scrum team they belongs to. Now the fourth sheet is showing basically this is the holiday list. So here you can plot all your official holidays which you have in your company, and all these dates will be considered automatically while calculating the available capacity for a particular sprint. And the fifth sheet is very important, and this is basically your where you can plot your employees leave plan. So here you can see it's a kind of calendar format, and in column B you can write down your employee's name along with the employee code. Friends, so now let's move to the first sheet, that is our main sheet, and where we need to do the most of the selections. So in this sheet basically, first of all what kind of content it has, let me show you. So first, the team. Basically in this team there's a drop down which show you how many Scrum teams you have. Let's say you have 6 Scrum teams, and you have to select the Scrum team for which you need to you want to do the capacity planning. Let's say we select Scrum team 2, and from this drop down which shows your sprint details, you have to select for which sprint number you want to do. This is completely customizable. So let's say we want to do capacity planning for sprint 96, let's say. Okay. And so most of the companies follow 10 days sprint. So here also the start date and the end date is basically the 10 days sprint, basically from Monday to next Friday. So here also the start date is automatically can change depending upon your sprint, whatever sprint you select, and it will show you the start date of the sprint and end date of the sprint. And based on these dates the dates will be appear here also. So the second part of the sheet is basically ceremony time. So in if you belong from agile environment, that in agile format we do have different ceremonies. Like the most common ceremony is basically your daily Scrum call. There could be a sprint planning meeting as well, there could be sprint review also, and there could be sprint retro planning as well. So here what you need to do is you need to mention the times, and especially in minutes, for the ceremony you want to consider while doing the ceremony sprint planning. So whatever time you mention, you will mention here. This is automatically calculated, or this will be considered while doing the available capacity planning for the team. Now let's come to the bottom of the sheet, and the most important thing is basically the Scrum team. Whatever Scrum team you will select from here, this sheet will automatically show you the respective team members of that particular Scrum team only, right? So here you will see the employee's name, their role, and the allocation percentage as well. So allocation percentage is basically, for example, how many, if any of one of these employees is working as a shared resources, you can the allocation percentage could be defined accordingly, right? And on the right side, this is the format where this will show you basically the leave details for these particular employees in this duration, because here you have selected sprint 96, which is starting from 12th April to 23rd April, and here you can also see the first date is 12th April to 23rd April. Now the beauty of this sheet is basically this is automatically calculate or automatically bring the leave details for the particular employees in that duration. And how this is doing, because this is automatically linked with this sheet, which is your employee leave plan. So whatever employees leave plan you will put here, it will automatically consider here for that particular employee for that particular duration. All right, so now you have once you have created all the selection and all the main selection in the sheet, let's see the whatever available capacity is we have in this sheet and how does it work. So first of all this sheet will show you the scrum this capacity will be show you for the scrum you have selected in the first sheet. If you selected here, you can see that you have selected scrum team 2 and the sprint number is 96. So this is also showing us scrum team 2 and sprint 96. So this is the available capacity for the particular sprint. Now you can see how this sheet is what this sheet is basically showing. So here you can see the team members name are here, and here you can show the sprint duration, which is from 12th April to 23rd April, and this is the same duration we have selected from the in the first sheet, that is from 96. If you will change the sprint number here and the duration will be changed accordingly, you will see that duration has been changed here also, right? So let's do the previous sprint only. All right, now this is basically this is showing how many available hours for a particular employee in this duration. If there is showing 0, it means that particular employee is on holidays, on leave basically for these days, and that is why there is no hours is showing for that particular employee for that days. And the most important, so this is basically total hours excluding their leave hours, right? And at the last column you will find effective capacity after ceremony time. So remember guys, whatever ceremony time you have mentioned here, it could be in the form of daily scrum call, it could be in the form of sprint planning, right? So let's say if you are mentioning sprint planning also, because generally sprint planning we do only on the first day of the sprint, so we can do 60. So you can see the it had changed automatically, and this will be considered here also. So you can see after excluding all the leave hours and after ceremony hours, so total capacity for scrum team 2 for sprint 96 is basically 286 hours. In this holiday list, if you consider any holiday, let's say I put 16th April as an holiday, and as you can see 16 April, this is showing me the CH, and CH is basically your company holiday. So you can see this is considered in the holiday list as well. All right, now at the end of this sheet, it will show you in a graphical format. So role wise, for example, you have how many BAs you have, how many TLs you have in that particular scrum team. So this is showing you on the role wise what is the total available number of hours in that particular